All right, so we just finished row 11. We come into the very end of the last two rows on this particular first section. I'm going to go ahead and kind of speed through row 12, and then I'll probably show the row 13 a little bit more in full in detail. So that way we're ending on a good note for this section. So row 12, what we're looking at is we're going to start with, it's going to be very, very similar to row 2. If you kind of notice that, we're going to do the 5 of the dark pink. Two. And then 3 of the light pink. And 5 of the red. Alright, you can tell that's going to be a little tight, so I'm just going to back that out real quick. Give a tug. And that's just out of habit of doing so many of these. Alright, and then our large block. So previously we did 8, so we're going to do 10 of the light pink for this row. And then you'll do 5 of the red. And then 10 of the light pink. All right, so that's the pattern for row 12 as we continue across the row. Definitely want to hear more from you. I know we're doing Work in Progress Wednesday. So tell me a little bit about what you listen to as far as if it's music, if it's TV shows. I'm always trying to figure out, obviously, doing these videos, there's a whole lot of kind of the repetitive nature of the crochet. Everything is going to be the same single crochet back loop only. So trying to figure out, if we use something like, this progress, kind of like a B-roll, on top of commentary, do you prefer to, you know, just thinking about, what are the topics? Is it, current events, true crime, news, try to stay away from politics, things like that. What is your kind of go-to as far as what you listen to while crocheting? Something that is interesting while not allowing you to lose count of where you're at in the project. Let me know your thoughts. There's no wrong answers, and let me know. Alrighty, so we are now on the final row 13, or I should say row 13, which is the final section of this final row of this section. If I can speak today. And so it's going to be very much really similar to row 1. So we'll have the 6 stitches going across with the 1 center, and then you'll see another section of 12 and then 1 and then 12, and that's all the way across. So I was going to go ahead and film the entire row, that way we have a full update on what this completed section looks like. I may fast forward a little bit so it's not a really long video, but definitely exciting. And let me know your best kind of rate, whether 3 rows a night, is that too slow? Is it, do you have enough uh, time during the week? I know a lot of people do work. You know, is it something that we only do catch up on the weekends? And if 3 rows, 4 rows is too much, too little, whatever. So I can have a better feel on where everybody is at. So with these single colors, remember be really generous with this bar right here. Of course, I just slipped it off the hook. Um, give it a good tug so we doesn't get lost in the fray. That over so you can see that first block in full, what that looks like. 12 of this light pink. Red. Alrighty, let me turn that off real quick so you can kind of see with the foundation row the completed blocks. Awesome. So this one's 13 wide, this one's 25, so you can kind of see there. This one's about double this one, so you can see this with the height of the stitch being very rectangular. It almost creates a nice little square, even though, um, you know, by math wise, it should be. You're saying, oh, we're decreasing by 2 each time. You know, why does it work out? And it's like, it's because each stitch is about twice as high as it is wide. So, if you are designing, like blocks and GraphGANs from a chart, just kind of be cognizant of your gauge, which these are very rectangular because we're carrying those colors. And so if you do have square blocks on your graph, doing it in this method is going to elongate that. So a lot of these quilt type patterns, it works well even if it is slightly elongated. But sometimes you do have to adjust for that rectangular gauge. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of the row. It'll be a little fast forwarded. Um, and we'll just get to the final result for this section. All right, so that is the first section. Look how nice and even. So this section is kind of where there, with the others, there's a line with the color changes. In this case, we're using a light peach um, for those. Apologize for tapping, it shook the camera there. Um, and so it's a different look versus having these real kind of harsh lines going in, where it can kind of blend in with these nice diamonds versus the front part of the project where you see the lines. It's just overall to me, I always find it fun. It kind of evens itself out and it keeps the pattern. And then the last little triangle. So definitely share in the comments on Facebook group where you're at. Um, Let me know anything feedback wise, what you would like to see. Um, and we'll go from there. And I'm excited to start the second section, which is going to be a little bit of a longer section. It's probably going to take us about 8 days to get through. It's 25 rows instead of this is this is 13 rows. So, definitely excited to get started. I'll have the section 2 pattern release 9 a.m. Mountain, so 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday morning, so the 5th, and keep it coming.